Welcome to Miracles and Messages Today, where divine truth meets your everyday life. Today, I bring you a powerful message from the heavens, a divine warning and a call to awaken your spirit. If you are seeking divine protection, spiritual clarity, and powerful breakthroughs, you are in the right place. Before we dive into this urgent message, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a divine message that could change your life. If this message resonates with your heart, please give it a like. Your support helps spread the light further. And I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. Let your words be filled with faith and divine encouragement. Type words like, "I am protected," "Divine victory is mine," or "God's light is shining on me." Your comments are not just words, they are declarations of faith, and they help activate divine power in your life. Remember, your faith can move mountains, and your words carry divine authority. So, stay connected, stay prayerful, and let's walk this spiritual journey together. Now, open your heart and mind as we receive this divine message from Archangel Michael. Important alert. A secret meeting about you just ended. And my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says don't take this lightly. The air around you has shifted. And though you may not see it with your physical eyes, the heavens have felt the tremor of what just took place. Archangel Michael's voice is trembling as he speaks, and that in itself is rare. His voice carries both power and authority. Yet right now there is something deeper, a weight of urgency, of sorrow, and of fierce protection for you. He says, don't ignore this very important message. Don't skip this. Listen to me to the end. A secret meeting about you has just ended. It was not planned in your presence, and you were never meant to know about it. But heaven does not allow the plans formed in darkness to remain concealed forever. Archangel Michael saw the room where they gathered. He watched the way they sat, some leaning forward, some restless in their seats, while others pretended indifference, but were watching every word that was spoken. They spoke about you. Your name was repeated over and over again as though you were the missing piece in something they could not control without addressing. One person in particular carried the heaviest expression. They came to that meeting with a decision already formed in their heart, but during the discussion, something broke in them. The weight of the truth, the guilt they had been suppressing, the realization of what was unfolding. It was too much. When the meeting ended, they walked out in tears. Archangel Michael says their tears were not staged. Those tears carried a confession the mouth could not yet release. But the truth is pressing to be known, and it will reach you sooner than you think. God is telling you that this meeting was not an ordinary conversation. It was strategic. The timing was chosen carefully. The location was hidden from the public eye. The people who attended were selected for a purpose. There was a sense of urgency among them because they knew the window of opportunity is closing. For them, that something in your life is about to turn. Heaven has already decreed it, and they are scrambling to position themselves either to benefit from it or to stop it. But their plans are already fractured because heaven sent Michael to intervene before they could seal anything. Michael says the one who left in tears is the key. They know something the others don't want revealed. They are struggling between fear of the consequences and a pull of conscience. I will visit them again in their dreams tonight. I will shake them until they cannot hold the secret any longer. There are words that were spoken in that meeting that would break your heart if you heard them. But God is not revealing them to you for the sake of fear. Only so you understand the depth of the spiritual battle around you. You were discussed. In terms of your influence, your blessings, your relationships, and even your movements. They were concerned that you are stepping into a level of favor they cannot explain or stop. They know something is aligning for you. A promotion in life, an unexpected blessing, an opportunity they never thought you'd receive, and it threatens the plans they had for themselves. One of them in that very room slammed their hand on the table in frustration, saying, "We can't let them get ahead of us." Michael saw it. Heaven recorded it. That moment was a declaration of resistance against your divine timeline. But the Lord says, no matter how they resist, they will not alter what I have decreed. The one who left crying, Archangel Michael, followed them as they walked alone, head down, tears falling. They kept whispering something under their breath. A phrase Michael is now bringing to you. I can't do this anymore. I can't carry this. They are on the edge of revealing everything. And when they do, what you learn will explain so many things from your past. The delays, the sudden losses, the people who pulled away without explanation. God wants you to know that this exposure is part of your deliverance. What has been hidden in secret councils will be shouted from the rooftops. There will be a moment soon where someone will contact you unexpectedly, and the words they say will feel almost unbelievable. But as they speak, you will feel the presence of God confirming every word in your spirit. You will remember this message and you will know. Michael had already prepared you. Archangel Michael says, this is a crucial moment. There's a battle over information. In the unseen realm, angels and forces of darkness are clashing over what is known and what remains hidden. Every hidden truth has a time to be revealed, and heaven's clock is striking closer and closer to yours. There is someone resisting, someone trying to erase traces, someone trying to rewrite what happened. But God says their rewriting will be torn in half. Their erased pages will be rewritten in gold, and the truth will stand. Right now, the person who walked out in tears is restless. They can't sleep properly. Every time they close their eyes, they see your face. They are remembering every moment they were told to keep silent. Every time they turned away instead of speaking up. Every time they convinced themselves it wasn't their problem. But now the weight is unbearable. God is saying, prepare yourself. A wave is coming, not of destruction, but of revelation, and revelation will bring you freedom. Michael says, when this wave comes, you will be tempted to react quickly, but don't. Wait. Listen fully before you respond. There will be things you'll want to say, questions you'll want to throw at them, but hold your peace until they finish. Every detail matters. Even as you read this, heaven is positioning certain people into your path. Unexpected meetings, sudden phone calls, messages that seem out of nowhere. Each one is part of the chain leading to the moment when this hidden truth is fully exposed. And when it comes, the shift in your life will be so powerful you will not recognize the atmosphere you are walking in compared to today. Michael says, don't underestimate the spiritual weight of this moment. I am guarding you. I am guarding your home. I am guarding your name. I will not allow their words spoken in secret to destroy you in public. He says to be careful who you confide in during this season. The enemy often sends people who seem like comforters but are actually collectors of information. But God will give you discernment so strong you will feel in your spirit when something is off. Even if the person's face shows kindness, the one who cried, remember them. Their tears are the sound of the dam breaking. They are about to speak, and when they do, the ripple will reach everyone who was in that secret meeting. Some will panic. Some will deny. Some will try to twist the story. But God says truth will not be silenced, not this time. Archangel Michael is asking you to stay spiritually alert in the coming days. Pray with focus, even if just for a few minutes at night, asking God to quicken the conscience of the one who knows the truth. Ask Him to give them courage to remove fear from their heart and to compel them to release what they have been holding. Your prayer will be part of the final push that causes the secret to break open. And the moment it does, you will understand why Michael's voice trembled at the start. You will see that this was not just about words spoken in a hidden room. It was about chains breaking in your life, blessings being released, and your destiny being guarded from those who wish to alter it. The meeting is over, but the battle is not. Yet heaven stands with you. Michael stands with you. And nothing spoken in secret against you will stand when God has decided it's time for the truth to rise. God says there are moments in the realm of the Spirit where decisions are made about people's lives without their knowledge. Moments when conversations take place that are not recorded in earthly records, but are fully documented in heaven's scrolls. Today you are reading this because such a moment just took place concerning you. Archangel Michael's face is set like steel, yet his eyes are wet with compassion because he knows you have been fighting battles you didn't even know existed. He says, listen to me very carefully. This is not the time to be distracted. This is not the time to brush things aside, thinking they will sort themselves out. A secret meeting has just ended about you, and heaven intervened to make sure you would know before it is too late. The place where this meeting occurred was intentionally chosen to avoid suspicion. It wasn't a public boardroom or a familiar location. It was somewhere out of the ordinary, a place where voices could be lowered and ears could lean in close without fear of interruption. The curtains were drawn, the lighting dim. Each person came with an unspoken understanding. What was about to be discussed must never be repeated outside those walls. And yet the moment your name was spoken, the atmosphere shifted. Michael was already there in the spirit, unseen, standing at the edge of the room. He said, "The heavens sent me here to guard your destiny and to take note of every word." They began by discussing your recent movements, your sudden progress in certain areas they thought you would never succeed in. One of them mentioned a development in your life that seemed almost impossible to them. An opportunity, a connection, or a door that opened without their approval. Another scoffed, saying, "You must have had help from someone they can't identify." They spoke of you not as a friend, but as a variable they could not control. And that frightened them more than they wanted to admit. Then came the turning point. A document was brought out. Not a legal paper in the earthly sense, but something that represented an agreement among them. This document contained points about you, limitations they wanted to place, narratives they wanted to spread, and measures they could take to make sure your rise was slowed if not stopped. Michael says one person leaned forward, their finger tapping impatiently on the paper, repeating, "We have to move before it's too late." And then God says, here's where his power began to stir. A quiet but intense debate started between two people in that room. One of them was the one who eventually left in tears. They were conflicted. You see, they have known about some of these underhanded plans for a while. They have stayed silent, partly out of fear for themselves and partly out of loyalty to someone in that circle. But today, something pierced their heart in that meeting. It wasn't just the content of the conversation. It was the tone, the coldness, the disregard for your humanity. As they sat there, they began remembering moments when you were nothing but kind to them. Moments when you showed them grace, even when you didn't know they had been part of discussions against you. They thought of your voice, your words, your smile, and suddenly they could not bear the weight of sitting silently while your name was being handled like a piece of property instead of a living, breathing soul. Their hands trembled. Twice they opened their mouth to speak, and twice they were cut off by louder voices. But Michael says he could feel the tremor in their spirit, and he began whispering to them, "You don't have to carry this anymore. The truth will set you free." 2. Finally, when the meeting was adjourned, they stood up so quickly their chair almost toppled over. Without looking anyone in the eye, they pushed through the door and left. The air outside felt cold against their face, and that's when the tears came. Not silent, restrained tears, but tears that blurred their vision as they walked, hot and unrelenting. They kept muttering to themselves, "I can't do this anymore. I can't keep this in." Michael followed them as they walked aimlessly for a while. Not ready to go home, not ready to face anyone. They ended up sitting somewhere quiet, their head in their hands. The angel knelt beside them, unseen by human eyes, and placed a hand on their shoulder. He spoke into their spirit. "When you speak, you will save more than just yourself. This is your moment." God says even now they are replaying the meeting in their mind, going over every word, every facial expression, every instruction that was given. They are torn because they know that if they speak, certain people will turn on them, and there may be consequences. But something stronger than fear is rising in them now. A longing to finally do what is right. And you are the reason for that shift. You may not know this yet, but this person has been observing you from a distance for some time. They have seen how you keep moving forward even when you are faced with resistance. They have noticed that you don't retaliate in bitterness when wronged. And deep down they have been convicted by your consistency. Now in this moment of crisis, your life is shining as a mirror to their conscience. Michael says there are forces trying to keep this person silent. Even now, phone calls are being made. Messages are being sent to them by others from that meeting, testing where their loyalty lies. Some are telling them it's better to forget about it, to move on, to let things be, but they can't shake the image of your name on that document. The tone of the voices discussing you and the sudden realization that what they are part of is not just unfair, it's spiritually dangerous. This is why Michael's message to you is so urgent. He says you must stay spiritually awake in the coming days. This is not the moment to share your plans with just anyone. Keep your steps quiet, your heart guarded, your spirit attuned to my voice. He also warns that as the truth begins to surface, there may be small distractions or conflicts that arise in your daily life to pull your attention away. ignore them. Keep your focus. God says the unveiling will not be gentle. It will be sudden. And it will feel like a flood. One moment you will be in an ordinary day, and the next moment a call, a message, or a face-to-face encounter will drop the first piece of the truth into your hands. And that will be the beginning. What starts as one confession will quickly draw out more, because once the first thread is pulled, the entire fabric of secrecy will unravel. And here is what heaven is promising you now. The truth will not only clear your name where it has been stained, it will also open a door you didn't realize was connected to this battle. God says, I will turn what they meant for your limitation into a platform for your advancement. This is why the enemy was so determined to keep this meeting hidden from you. Because if you knew what was said, you would see how close you are to a divine breakthrough. Michael says, the one who cried is your unexpected ally. They are not perfect. They have been part of the problem in the past, but their heart is shifting. Pray for them. Ask God to give them courage and protection when they finally speak. Because when they do, it will change the atmosphere entirely. Even now, I can continue to take you deeper into the spiritual details of what happened in that meeting, the exact words Michael heard, and the full chain of events heaven is setting in motion to bring this truth to your door. God says, do not ignore this moment, because heaven has moved everything into place for you to receive this message right now. Archangel Michael is standing in the room with you in spirit, wings spread wide, and his voice is urgent. He says there is no time to delay, no time to second guess, no time to think this is just another ordinary word. Something has happened in the unseen realm, and it has just been confirmed on earth. A secret meeting about you has ended just moments ago, and one person walked out in tears. This is not a coincidence. This is not random. This is the unfolding of divine truth. God wants you to know that you are seen, you are heard, and you are protected. No whisper in the shadows escapes his ears. No plan formed against you goes unnoticed. This meeting was meant to decide things about your life without your knowledge. But heaven interrupted. The tears that fell from the one who left the meeting were not just human emotion. They were the physical evidence of the conviction God placed in their heart. Something in that meeting shifted because the presence of God entered without invitation. Michael stood guard over your name while they spoke it. He ensured that every word of destruction they intended was overturned. Every plot was exposed, and every evil plan was rendered powerless. You may not understand why people gather to discuss you when you are not present. But God says it is because your life carries weight in the spiritual realm. You are not ordinary. Your presence shifts atmospheres. Your calling is so high that it threatens those who walk in darkness. And so they gather, they plot, they scheme. But what they do not realize is that heaven attends every meeting concerning you. There is no closed door that God cannot walk through. There is no whispered plan that the angels cannot hear. Before they even speak, the Lord knows their words. Before they even decide, He already has a countermove in place. Archangel Michael says, do not fear their gathering. Do not fear their words. Do not fear the plans that have been discussed. I was there. I saw it all. I recorded every moment, and I moved when God commanded me. Someone walked out in tears because they could not carry the weight of the lies anymore. Someone's heart was pierced with the truth. That truth will be the very thing that begins to turn everything in your favor. God is already working. You will see changes soon. People who have stood against you will begin to step back. Those who doubted you will start to speak differently. Opportunities you thought were lost will reappear. What they tried to block will open up wide before you. Right now, you must hear the Lord's voice over all the noise. This is not a season to be distracted. This is not a moment to be careless with your faith. You must stand firm. Trust God fully, because even now He is aligning people, places, and moments for your deliverance and your elevation. You will not be harmed. You will not be destroyed. What was meant for your downfall will become your testimony. The same meeting that was meant to harm you has become the meeting that sets you free. God says, "My child, I am in control." Do not panic over what you hear or what you see. I have already gone ahead of you. I walked into that meeting before they started speaking. I have placed my hand over your name. I have covered your future in the blood of my Son. You are safe. You are guarded. You are untouchable under my protection. This protection is not just a momentary shield. It is a covenant. Promise. You are in the palm of His hand, and no one can snatch you out. Archangel Michael is also reminding you that the tears from that meeting are a prophetic sign. They signify the beginning of a divine exposure. Those who were silent will now start to speak. Those who hid the truth will not be able to hide it much longer. Information you were never supposed to know will make its way to you. And when it comes, you will know it is from God, because it will confirm exactly what your spirit has been sensing. This is the hour where God begins to unravel the knots, undo the lies, and shine light into the darkest places. You might be wondering why this is all happening now. God says it is because your appointed time is drawing near. For too long, the enemy tried to delay what belongs to you. He used distractions, betrayals, and confusion to make you question your calling. But heaven has decided that enough is enough. This meeting was the last attempt to block you before the shift. But instead of blocking you, it triggered your breakthrough. The same way the stone was rolled away from the tomb, the barriers in your life are being removed right now. I need you to understand that the spiritual world is more active than you think. While you sleep, conversations are happening about your destiny. While you pray, angels are moving on your behalf. While you worship, strongholds are breaking in the unseen. And while your enemies speak, the voice of God thunders louder over them. That is why Archangel Michael has come to tell you, do not skip this message. Do not treat it lightly. Do not walk away thinking it is for someone else. This is for you. This is your warning and your reassurance all in one. You are being watched over carefully. God is also saying that you are about to see a major reversal. The very person who tried to harm you in that meeting will face exposure themselves. Not because you asked for revenge, but because the law of the Spirit is that whatever is sown will be reaped. They sowed deception, and now the truth will confront them. But for you, the harvest will be different. You have sown faith, kindness, endurance, and prayer. Now you will reap favor, open doors, restoration, and joy. Your next season will look nothing like your last. In the coming days, you may feel a stirring in your heart to pray more than usual. Follow that prompting. It is God preparing you for the news that is coming. When you hear it, it will make sense why he told you to strengthen yourself spiritually. This news will not harm you, it will vindicate you. But it will also open your eyes to how much he has protected you without your knowledge. You will realize that if God had not stepped in, the outcome could have been very different. That realization will deepen your faith, and you will never doubt his hand on your life again. So right now, lift your head, wipe away the worry, take a deep breath. God has already won this battle. The secret meeting has ended, and its power over you is gone. Someone left in tears because heaven intervened. The spiritual tide has turned. And as you walk forward, you will see proof after proof that God is with you. You will be safe. You will be guided. You will be blessed in ways that make no earthly sense. A secret meeting about you has just ended. And heaven wants you to know. This is not a coincidence or a casual message. This is a divine interruption, a holy moment set apart just for you. You cannot afford to treat it casually. Archangel Michael's words to you in this moment are clear. Stand in peace. Stay close to God. Do not let fear guide you. What has been spoken against you will not stand. What was planned to harm you will only serve to elevate you. I am by your side, and I will not leave until the assignment is complete. And God says, you are mine. I will protect you. I will lead you. I will turn this around for your good. Rest in me now, for I am faithful. Heaven has dispatched this message with urgency, and Archangel Michael is standing by, commanding your attention. Do not scroll past. Do not minimize it. Do not delay. The spiritual realm has been stirred concerning you, and what just happened could change the entire direction of your life. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this. Don't let your mind wander. Don't think it's coincidence. You were meant to read every word because there is a reason heaven chose this exact second to reach you. There has been a secret meeting, one you were not invited to, but one where your name was spoken over and over again. This meeting was not just a casual conversation. It was intense. The air in the room was thick with tension. Every person in that room had a stake in your story. And before it ended, someone stood up, pushed back their chair, and walked out in tears. You weren't there physically, but heaven saw it all. God saw who was there, what they said, what they decided, and why the tears fell. There is more to it than you realize. Some in that room wanted harm for you. Others, surprisingly, fought for you in ways you'll never know. Yet, Archangel Michael says, heaven has been watching this for days, preparing a counteraction. Nothing that happened there is hidden from the Lord. Every whispered word, every secret agreement, every plan against you has been laid bare before God's throne. The enemy thought you would remain in the dark, but here is your confirmation. God is exposing it. You are not defenseless. Even now, angels are surrounding you. Michael himself is guarding the gates of your life so that no harm will pass through. You may feel like you've been fighting battles you can't explain, but the truth is much of the fight has been happening behind the scenes without you even knowing. God says, do not be afraid. What was meant for your harm is about to be turned for your good. I am the one who sits in the highest court, and my verdict is final. They can meet in secret, but they cannot overrule God's decision about you. They can cry tears of guilt, anger, or frustration, but He will turn those tears into your testimony. God has seen you remain quiet while others misrepresented you. He has seen you choose peace when you could have chosen to fight back in the flesh. Because of this, He will fight for you. Michael says, "You have no idea the size of the breakthrough that is forming because of this moment." The tears that person shed as they left that meeting are connected to the unraveling of the enemy's plan. That meeting ended, but the heavenly meeting about you is ongoing. Angels have been dispatched to carry out instructions. Your name is being spoken in high places. Not the kind of places you can walk into on your own, but the kind where God's hand opens doors no man can shut. Someone who was in that meeting is already thinking about how to reach you. Another is wrestling in their conscience about what they agreed to. The ripple effect has begun. God says, "You must trust me now more than ever." There is protection over you so complete that you do not need to fear retaliation. I am your shield. I am your strong tower. I am your deliverer. I have never once abandoned you, and I will not start now. Even if you hear rumors, even if you sense tension, even if something inside you feels unsettled, remember this: God's Spirit will guide you step by step. The trap that was set for you will catch the one who set it. Right now, heaven is calling you to pray, not with fear, but with authority. You have authority because you belong to God. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a child of the Most High. This means no decision about you is final unless God approves it. Michael has positioned himself at the threshold of your destiny, making sure nothing unclean crosses over. You are safe under divine covering. You are shielded from the arrows you cannot see. The very fact that you are reading this right now is proof that heaven intervened. The person who walked out in tears is not just a random figure in your story. They are a key. Those tears may have been from guilt, but they could also be from conviction, from a sudden realization that they were part of something unjust. God can use even their emotions to shift things in your favor. Their exit marked the moment the atmosphere in that room changed. They thought it was over, but in reality, it was the moment your miracle began. God is working behind the scenes in ways you cannot imagine. The secret meeting that just ended is only the beginning of a series of events that will unfold in your favor. Every word spoken against you, every plan devised to hinder you, is being turned into stepping stones for your elevation. Remember, you are not alone in this. The hosts of heaven are rallying around you. Archangel Michael stands guard, ensuring that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Your name is engraved on the palms of God's hands, and He is fiercely protective of you. In the coming days, you may notice subtle shifts in your circumstances. People who once opposed you might suddenly change their tune. Doors that seemed firmly shut may begin to crack open. These are not coincidences. They are the direct result of heaven's intervention on your behalf. Stay alert and attentive to the whispers of the Holy Spirit. He will guide you through this season, showing you which steps to take and which words to speak. Your obedience and trust in this time will be crucial. God is about to use you in ways that will astound even those who know you best. The tears shed in that secret meeting are watering the seeds of your destiny. What the enemy meant for evil, God is already turning for good. Your vindication is coming, and it will be so complete that even your adversaries will have to acknowledge the hand of God in your life. Stand firm in your faith. The battle may seem intense right now, but victory is already yours. Heaven's resources are at your disposal. Angels are working overtime on your behalf. The very forces of nature are being commanded to align with God's purpose for your life. As you move forward from this moment, carry this truth with you. You are deeply loved, fiercely protected, and divinely positioned. The secret meeting that just ended was not the final word on your story. It was merely the prelude to your greatest chapter yet. God is writing a testimony through your life that will inspire generations. The challenges you face today are shaping you for a purpose far greater than you can currently see. Trust the process. Embrace the journey. Your breakthrough is not just coming. It has already begun. Walk in confidence, knowing that the God who sees all and knows all is orchestrating every detail of your life. The secret meeting may have ended, but God's plan for you is just unfolding. Your best days are ahead, and they are more glorious than you could ever imagine.